Hi guys, it's Candace. Welcome back. I am working on my Fat Faith TN journal for Traveler's Notebook, not Tennessee journal. I know, I'm bad. Okay, we're going to create a few things for it today, but first I have a correction and apology to make. The mystery bundle digital shop that's on Etsy is called Janie B Journals, not Jane B Digitals. Apparently, I might need readers. I don't know. Don't know where I got it from, but I had it in my head and wrote it on every digital I printed from there. So, thanks for Sarah, who caught that and replied to me in the comments. And she's an excellent Etsy detective. And I do apologize at Janie because I do love her stuff. I mean, opening one of her mystery bundle packs is like Christmas, and it just makes you happy. So we are going to make a few little cards today, little journal tags, I'm bad, to go inside of this faith journal. So we're going to be making these for sure. That's going to go on this flip out. Oops, down. And so I wanted to show you how I did this. We're using some more of the Distress Crayons from Tim Holtz. Kind of got a little addicted playing with it yesterday. So we're going to do, oops, see, I think you have it, you never have it. These are the digitals that we're using. It's My Porch Prints, and this is her Faith Ephemera cards and tags. Is from her prayer journal. So we're using that one. We have one from this one of hers, and we're going to be using this one also, and it's the prayer journal elements and cards and tags. So let's get going. I've already pre-cut them out, so you don't have to sit here and wait for me. We're going to do this little birdie here, and we just need to go ahead and ink him up. I know this one's not going to be very interesting, but we're going to start with the easy one first. So we're going to ink him up, and then the back is one of the Janie B Journals mystery pages. I think this is the mystery bundle 8. Oh gosh, now I didn't even write that down. But I believe I'm on number 8. And then we're going to cut a hole with the ID badge punch. Ink around that, just so we can see it a little better. Because apparently I can't see. And then we're going to take a piece of this Sewology lace hem tape. It looks like little lace, and it's kind of ecru color, beige. I cut a piece and I've lost it. Oh, so we're putting that through here, and we're just going to tie it in a quick little bow. Well, a little knot to make a little bow, and it's just going to be a little flat bow. Now I'm taking this Sakura pen, just jelly roll. I hope I'm pronouncing Sakura right. This one is Mauve Sparkle. It's like a sparkle violet, and we're just going to take and draw around this white spot. Just so it kind of pulls out this mauvey purple in here. And then I just put a couple little slash marks on here to give it a little bit of dimension, and a few little dots coming around. And that is our first little card that we're going to put into a pocket. So let me set it back here to dry, and then we'll go on to the next thing. So the next one we're going to do is an easy one. I'm just going to take this, it's this little mini tag, and it has faith on there, and it's a little too white, so I just kind of went around it just to kind of blend it in a little more. And then we're going to go around here. I don't know where I'm putting this yet, but I have an idea. And I'm hoping I'll be able to share that one with you on the next video, because I'm going to make something funky with it. So let's just go ahead and get it ready so it'll be ready for me to play with tomorrow. Let me set that back there with my other ones. And then this is another little mini tag that's on the kit, and we're just going to ink around it. Same on the back, and that's another part of the Janie B Journals Mystery Bundle 8 papers. Like I said, I just love her stuff. And then, since this is so white, I want to just kind of hover over it a little bit with my dauber and get some of the white out. And then I'm going to take one of my little, micron pens, the 01, and we're just going to kind of do one of my little outlines that we do with the 2 lines on top, 2 lines on the bottom, then on the side. And I just want to put like 3 little there, and 2 little there, and 2 little there, and then 3 little dots there. And then we're going to go around ceasing with 2 lines. And the same on the side, our little funky little X's. And then I just want to put 2 little lines on the sides. And then here, we're just going to go around this once to outline the Bible verse. And then 2 lines on the side like it's a piece of washi tape. So that's just kind of jazzing up. Can you see? I can't see. And that's just jazzing up that little tag, and we're going to put that in what I have in mind tomorrow also. Okay, now we're going to play with our watercolors again. I guess we'll start with this one. Oh, let me get situated again. Now I found my water pen. The problem with this is you don't really have control. Well, I don't have control, I guess maybe because I'm such a newbie playing with these things, that when I hold it, the tip seems to be too wet, and it makes my little crayons lighter than usual. So I went back to my little paintbrush, but I did use a different one in here because there's, different sizes. We used this one yesterday, and now I'm using a smaller one. So let's get painting on here. Let me have my little example. So this is again the Distress Crayons number 10. And yesterday I didn't tell you the colors, but this is Wild Honey. It's such a pretty color. It's like a mustardy, yellowy something. So let's color some on our table. And then get our water out. My little cheap bowl. And let's get it wet. And then we're just going to go along these little, I'm calling them daisies. Well, I'm making them a yellow daisy because they look like a daisy to me. So we're just kind of going around there and bringing that out in them. So let's just go around the daisies, the petals, I mean. Duh. And I don't have enough for that one, I don't think. I'm going to have to put a little more crayon on my table. I hate wasting this stuff. I got like 10 years worth in there probably. Alright, let's get a little more water on there. And go in. And this is not watercolor paper or anything. It's just regular 65-pound cardstock paper. And I'm not getting it that wet, so it really holds up to the watercolors. So don't be afraid if you don't have watercolor paper and you just have some cardstock. You're not really soaking it, so it's not going to hurt it. And it's not going to, it's flat. It's not bubbling up or anything. Alright, so after that one, I went in with my little pink, well, it is aged mahogany, but like I said, it looks more like beet juice. And I was going to put just a little bit in the centers of those lilies, just because the lilies I've seen all have like a little pink center in them, which I'm definitely allergic to lilies, so I don't care for lilies. They're pretty to look at, but with the windows rolled up. So let's just go in here and on these little lines, just put a little bit of pink on there just to help pull that out. Alright, and that's all I'm doing. I'm not doing a lot to it. And then I came back with the forest moss, and I'm going to color it some on the leaves. So now what I found this is great for is where it says push, you push, and it squirts out a bunch of water. So it's good for water, but see how much water it puts out? That was the trouble I was having when I was trying to use it earlier. It was just way too much water, and I'm guessing it's really designed for the people who use the watercolor paper and know what they're doing. I don't. So then we're just going to go along the leaves, which that is too light. See? That water pen. Now I'm going to have a big old mess. Oh. Alright, let's try this again. There we go. We got a nice shade of green going on there. So let's pull it into its stem. Get that little leaf and around here. And then we're going to hit that leaf. And we're going to hit this leaf. And that's all I'm going to do to this is just these little leaves. And that's what we did for that one. Now let me go ahead and ink this up and try not to stick my fingers in there. If you can see the shiny, it's still a little wet, but it doesn't take long for it to dry. And like I said, it doesn't warp it. I'm sure if I painted the whole card, it would, but we were just accenting the little flowers, and should have did this beforehand, because I'm surely going to stick my finger smack in the middle of it. Alright. And before I put that on the back to dry, I'm going to use these little Studio G. It's glitter glue, but I've never glued anything with it. I've only used it as dimensional touches. So I'm going to put them in the middle of each of the little flowers. And when these dry, it actually dries flat. It's not really dimensional. It's just added sparkle. So here's the little, let me stand up so I can see if we get, oh, yep. So here's the little card that we did, and let me get, oh, darn. Well, I didn't cut, I don't know where my other cut one is. Eee. Okay, this is what it looked like before, and then this is what it looks like after. Just a little bit of detail. Went a long way. So let me put this back here to dry on my little table. And now we're going to go to the next card. Ooh. Hello. Gosh. Alright, so we're going to do this little cross. So we're going to use the wild honey again. Oh, let's ink around it first, so I don't mess that up again. So I have to stick my fingers in the middle, because this one's going to have all the little flowers. I don't know what kind of flowers they are. I'm thinking they're little bluebells, since we're from Bluebonnets, you know, from Texas. So they're not really blue, but I'm using this spruce color in here that's kind of a blue-gray. And it really turned out pretty, kind of muted like the rest of the paper. So let's go ahead and put some more honey down. And we're going to just go around the outside of the cross just to kind of help the cross jump out, because it's just kind of standing there. I mean, just I'm thinking this watercolor stuff or Distress Crayons might be like the sequins in dimensional paint and stuff is, that once you kind of get doing it, you kind of want to do it because it just gives a little extra oomph to it. Like I said, it's not a lot. It just helps highlight that cross and pull it out. Alright, and we used all of it. Just go on the side there. Alright, let me just get my little brush and table clean. And now we're going to use this one, which is iced spruce. And we're going to put them, and this one is a little, I don't know, flaky, chalky-ish. So I kind of needed a little extra water because I got to work it around. I know that's bad for your paintbrushes, so any of you people who really paint, don't scream at me. And then we're just going to take it and kind of hit the tops of the little flowers and just help them to stand out on the page. I mean, it's not a lot of stuff, but it just really, like I said, it just makes it a little bit different. And when the paint soaks in, or the Distress Crayon, it just helps them stand off the page, and they look so cute. I mean, when you kind of look at them, you know, on these sides, they look like little cotton. You know, I'm from the South, so we have a lot of old cotton fields, and let me tell you, cotton's really pretty. I don't know how all those people did all that work, because that was some serious work. It just amazes me how we've come along in innovations, inventions, and everything, because, man, that's some crazy stuff. And it's amazing that you can take that little cotton ball on the end of a plant and process it and then weave it and get clothes that you wear. I mean, hello. Unbelievable. All right. Well, that's my little painting on that one. Let me see if I can put my water on the side and not spill it. No guarantees, no guarantees. And then I'm going to use the Have Faith I'm going to put on there, and that's from these words, what's left of them on this little My Porch Prints, which is still in her prayer journal elements. So let me cut this out real quick, and we will stick it on there, even though it's still a little wet. Sticking my stuff on. Well, I guess I got to remember that camera's up on top and you don't want to get my hand all in your face. All right. Got it. Let's ink around it. And then we're going to glue this down. All right. Well, there's the glue. We're just going to stick that right there. And like I said, it just gave it enough oomph to stand out. So this is the original one, and then this is the one that we just did with the Distress Crayons. Can you see just how it helps it just pop a little bit? Alright, so we're going to put that in the one with the stenciled roses. It's going to go in this little vellum pocket, which I glued the two little pieces of vellum on here, because I wanted to see the words again like we did on the other pockets, but I wanted the ladies to be able to have a little journal card so they can write a journal. Now we're going to make this little journal card, and I'm going to show you my little trick that I do to make sure I cut out the picture that I want. Alright, that's back there. So let me get another piece. And I printed these on cardstock, and this is from Calico Collage, and it's her Faith Digital. Now, I've lost my cheat sheet. Imagine that. Oh gosh, come on, Candace. Well, Jiminy Crickets. See, it's clear. I don't know what I did with it. Well, we're going to cut another one. I know the card measured 2 3/8 by 3 7/8. So I cut a piece. This is a plastic from, you know, something that you buy that has the good plastic on there. And in order to see the design that you're wanting, I always cut some of this plastic off and make me a template. I had one right here that I use, but, well, I lost it. So let's cut another one. So we're going to cut it 2 3/8. Oh, there's my paint top. I guess that's a good thing I lost it, or I would have lost that. And then it's going to be 3 7/8. So let me cut it just over 2 3/8. So I can cut my pencil marks around by almost 4. And I'm sure I'll find my other one after I do this. So then I just take my plastic. This actually, what I usually do when I do scrapbooks, I cut my paper with these things so I know I can mat it. So I tell myself this is my mat for that, and then this is that, so I know what size papers I need for what things. But you can't really see, well, you can kind of see on this yellow, but a lot of times you can't see through the plastic folders, and all those are plastic folders from the Dollar Tree. Yep, Dollar Tree again. So, but I use these too, and so we're just going to put this down, find where we want to cut. So this is where I want to be. I take a pencil and I just trace around so I know this is where I want to cut. And for those of you who like to cut with your scissors, go for it. But you know, I like my little guillotine, so let's cut it over here with a little paper cutter. Okay, I hope y'all are having a good day. Our horse is doing great. I think, well, we got to keep her on this one side one more day. But there's no shade trees on there, so poor thing is in the sun, and she's hugging the side of the barn with her big old butt, trying to get the little bit of shade from the eaves on there. But hey, that's what happens. Oh, that's all I can do. And since I want it to be a tag, I'm going to use my little cheat die tag from Sizzix and use it. And that's a good thing, you know, if you want to cut one of this, but you'll probably lose it because it's clear, like I just lost my other one. So I think I cut more than I do. But if you wanted to take one of these colored plastic file folders, which are, you know, a good size, cut you one out, or they always say the credit card thing, but I cheat with other stuff. And then I'm going to round the corners because I'm going to put it in there in the vellum, and I just think the rounded corners are a little safer in the vellum than the square ones, so it doesn't catch them. And then I'm going to show you what I use on the back for journaling lines. I know Gail uses some corrugated cardboard, which I have a piece of that too, but I have something else that I recycle and use. And then I'm going to show you guys, and I'm sure somebody else has probably done this, but I've not seen it. So this is my little corrugated cardboard stuff. Now, what I use are, when you get food, sometimes you get this plastic liner on the bottom and it has lines. I mean, it's rigid. I use that for the small details. So I'm going to use my Distress ink and just put it on top, because I want it to kind of look distressy like the other stuff. And then I just set this on top, kind of rub my fingers over it, and then voila, little lines. So if you want larger lines, then you use your larger box that you have. And then, like, this is from a cookie thing, and these ridges are a little bit wider than this one, so that's why I have two different kinds. And then this one that has a little recycling thing on there looks cool when you put it on your stuff, and then this one barely has one, so that's why I have two different kinds. But use those. Look at your little food containers, totally different, and you can use them for lines for journaling on the back. So that was all that I think I had for today. So I hope you enjoyed it. Let me just show you real quick where I put this card that we made in here on this vellum pocket. Oops. And then on the other one, hello. The other one is in here. There you go. And then here's this other one that it's dried, that we did the die cut of the cross and put those in there. So that's where that is. And then we're going to be working on a couple of other projects tomorrow, and something that I'm going to use my little mini ones on. And then this is the ones that we just made. I'm probably going to put, I was thinking about putting little strings on here, but I'm not sure. I don't know yet. I still got to think about it. But thank you for watching. I hope there was something interesting for you. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you had a great day. And have a good evening. Yes, I'm filming this in the evening. That'll show tomorrow. So thank you, everybody. Have a blessed day. And thanks for Dragon Slayer, Sarah, for catching my little oops. And I even wrote a letter to poor Janie at Janie B Journals and told her I apologize for messing her up, because I really do love, love, love her digitals, and I can't believe I messed that up. But obviously between spelling Nancy's name wrong on my little example I did and putting the wrong name on there, I'm 2 for 2. Woohoo! So thank you. Have a blessed day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.